Good Sunday morning, everybody. It's John. We're out for a training hike today on the Appalachian Trail. Today we're hiking southbound from Snickers Gap to the Sam Moore Shelter. This area is known as the roller coaster section of the Appalachian Trail. What that means is there's a lot of pointless ups and downs through this section. I think over 13 miles it traverses something like 10 hills or something. The section I'm doing today is about 3.5 miles out and back to the shelter. It's about 1,500 feet elevation gain through that. I don't think there are any views. It's just nonstop up and down. But anyway, it's a beautiful morning to be out. It's a balmy 38 degrees, I think, on top of the mountain here. Primary goal today is just to get ready for some hiking for the thru-hike in the spring and show you my cook setup today. So I'll get back to you all as the exciting stuff comes up. So I'll be back with you shortly. All right, pretty cool. We're here at the Blue Trail that approaches the Appalachian Trail up here near Bears Den Hostel. So like I said, we're going to be hiking southbound to the Sam Moore Shelter. That's where I'll set up my cook set and talk to you about what I'm going to do for hot meals on the trail. Check out this view, huh? It's good to live in the Shenandoah Valley. What a beautiful morning. Absolutely incredible. There's the Shenandoah River about the middle of your screen. Pretty steep descent down off this ridge. It's the first one. Up there's where we came from. That's looking northbound. And this is southbound. Little creek crossing down here. Talk about a pointless up and down. I just went to the bottom of this ridge to on a trail that just ended. It wasn't even the Appalachian Trail. You got to pay attention. I want to show you something. And I didn't look up in the tree at this blaze. I just followed the trail because it was rocky. And I ended up at the bottom of this ridge along government property, the boundary. So I want to show you something. Give me a chance to flip the phone around here. I want to show you something. All right. So I'm walking up the trail here, right? You can see the trail clearly goes to the right. Well, it doesn't. It goes to the left. And I completely missed it and ended up at the bottom of that steep ridge, which is the epitome of a pointless up and down. Let me show you where the blaze is. Look up. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's a heavily traveled path. I don't know if it just goes to the creek during for hikers to go get water or what. But at the bottom of that hill, there is no more trail. So look up at the blazes and pay attention. Alright everybody, good morning. Hike's going well. Just came through a real rocky section of the trail, but this looks pretty good out through here. Saw a nice buck hot on the trail of a doe coming down that ridge back there. He was chasing her like nobody's business. So the rut is on, folks. That's why I'm wearing an orange hat today. I know it sticks out like a sore thumb, but it is hunting season and you can hunt on Sundays on private property in Virginia. So I just like to take that precaution and wear a hat and be a little safer. Hey everybody. Now what I think I'll do is I'm stopped here at the stealth site on top of this ridge. Not much of a view. You can kind of see through the trees a little bit. We're up really high here on one of the ridges. This might be one of the higher climbs through this section, but there's a nice stealth site here. The shelter's at the bottom of the hill. There's several groups camping down there. It's loud and I'm just not going down there. So I'm going to stay right here on top of this ridge at this shelter, or the stealth site rather, and I'm going to show you what my cooking setup is, and what I'm going to eat for lunch, and then I might discuss my footwear a little bit, and then we're going to go no-bow and head back toward Bear's Den to the parking area. So covered probably a little over 3 miles at this point. It's been a beautiful day. I've run into several big groups of people, and by big I mean like 8 people or something. I ran into a venture crew of scouts, and then a trek of girls from William and Mary. So, and they had 8 or 10 in that group, and they were all at this shelter last night, including other people. So it had to be crowded. That's crazy talk. So, and then a group of like 4 went by me with their Bluetooth speaker and music just blaring as loud as it could blare, which I don't come out here in the woods to hear that. And most people don't, you know, put in some earbuds or something and listen to your music. But it's beautiful today. The streams are flowing well. There's a nice breeze blowing. The squirrels are active. I've seen a few deer. But otherwise, it's a beautiful day. It's just absolutely spectacular. So give me a few minutes to get my stuff set up and I'll discuss what I'm doing. Okay, so now we'll discuss my cooking setup here a little bit. It's pretty lightweight. It's a small titanium pot with a lid. It's from backcountry.com. It's a lot like the Totes titanium pot. It's got fold-out handles, which are real nice. And inside this, I can carry all my stuff for starting a fire and cooking. So I've got, this is my redundancy for fire starting. It's just a waterproof container of Strike Anywhere matches in case my lighter gives out. Just a Bic lighter. Some of the Thru-Hikers I followed, Dixie and others, I think they used, there went my pack. Anyway, they used just a Bic lighter for the entire Thru-Hike. I mean, really all you need to do is about like that to get your fire started on your stove, and that's it. So I'm going to carry a Bic lighter. Inside this, I can also carry the smaller size fuel canister. It's isobutane, which is better in cold weather. It's still off gas, is pretty good, and powers the stove well. So I've got that. And then let me show you the stove here. It's just a little BRS 3000, I think, stove. It's not very big. It weighs 0.9 ounces. There's nothing to this thing at all. It's titanium as well. You just fold the little arms out. It can be a little tricky at times, but and then you just screw it onto your canister, fuel canister. And you're good to go. There's my cook setup, and then the pot will just sit right on top of it like that, and we'll boil some water. So what we're going to do here today, I'm just going to boil some oodles and noodles. I've repurposed them or repackaged them in a Ziploc baggie, a freezer bag. So I'll pour the hot water in there, let them reconstitute 5 minutes or so after the water boils. Then I'll have a hot meal for lunch, and then we'll hike back out of here. So I'll get back with you as soon as everything's done. So back in a few. Made a little homemade windscreen out of aluminum foil and just kind of made it like double, triple thick. Water's heating up, and we should have hot water shortly. Alright, so we had this thing in the fire department in some of our leadership training that was called the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Well, that holds true on the trail as well. I thought that I had more fuel in my canister than what I had. So I had just enough fuel to get my water on the upper end of warm, lower end of hot. It never boiled. And then I ran out of fuel. And I just took the extra canister out and left it home because I didn't think I needed it. I felt like there was enough in there to get me through today. So anyway, these are fairly warm. It's going to be good eating. It's starting to reconstitute. But like I said, I just put some oodles and noodles in a seasoning packet in a freezer bag, a Ziploc freezer bag, and just give it a couple squeezes to kind of stir and mix it up, and it'll be a nice, fairly warm lunch here in just a couple more minutes. So actually, that hot bag feels good. It's a little cool out here today, but anyway, so that is my cook system in a nutshell. Again, all of this stuff fits right down in the titanium pot. I'm going to try to avoid cooking in the pot itself because that's more cleanup. So, you know, if I can use baggies, pour hot water in, throw it away, my pot stays clean. And the way I'll clean my utensil, my spork, is after I eat, you know, you lick it good and clean and all like that. And the next time I boil water, I will dip my spork in it for a few seconds to let the boiling water kill off anything that might be on it, and then it's good to go. That's the technique the Boy Scouts use out at Philmont. It works good for me on the trail, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. So let me get off here. I'm going to eat my lunch. This is feeling like it's pretty good now. I was away for a few minutes because a guy was hiking northbound, section hiking on his way to Harper's Ferry. He had hiked from Georgia to Parisburg earlier this year, and I enjoyed talking to him for a few minutes, and that's pretty exciting to run into other hikers out here that are doing, you know, big miles. So so that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to have some lunch here, and then we'll get packed back up and head back toward the trail center. So talk to you soon. almost back to Bear's Den. This climb up out of the bottom, it's a doozy. It's a good one. Time for a little trail rant about trail etiquette. If you are coming down the hill, the person coming up the hill has the right of way. Obviously, you know, people climbing, it takes more energy to get up the hill. They've got the momentum going. Nobody coming down the hill today has stepped over and let the uphill guy or girl have the right of way. This training hike today is coming to an end. I'm almost back to Snickers Gap. Too many people at Bear's Den, the rocks to stop. I mean, looked like somebody was filming something with they had a big boom microphone, and I don't know, just a lot of people. Nowhere to really get out there and look at the view. I'm glad I saw it this morning when there wasn't anybody there. So anyway, good times, good day hiking. I really like this new Z-Pack Arc Zip backpack. I have a lot of the stuff in it I'm going to carry, but like I'm still missing my new hammock. My new tarp just came in. The Hammock Gear Winter Palace with the doors came in the other day. I haven't had a chance to set it up yet. But I'm still carrying my old hammock, my old tarp, so there's extra weight there that I'm not going to have with the new stuff. But anyway, well, I'm coming up on some other hikers. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and appreciate your comments and support. So have a great weekend, and happy Veterans Day tomorrow to all of our veterans out there. We appreciate our freedoms, and it's because of your service. So have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon.